You're a genius. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 126 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and how many times in your life has somebody told you that phrase? You are a genius. Once, twice, maybe 5 times in your whole lifetime? But if it's more than that, do you really think that is the case? Well, before we start the episode of today, I would like to say that, as always, if you like the idea of the Shower Podcast, leaving a like and a subscribe would mean a lot. It's just one click, but it really, really helps. So let's understand a bit, because this phrase, of course, maybe somebody told you that, but in a, as a joke, as you might have seen from the thumbnail, because, being a genius is something that it's really outstanding. It's in the 0.000% percentile of the whole world. It's something that happens, once every hundreds of years. It's normal. It is supposed to be like that because there is no necessity for everybody to be a genius. But there is a caveat. In this day and age, especially during the last years, everybody, and I think myself included, lately with the creation of the Shower Podcast. But, I think it's normal that if you ask a random person on the street how many times you use ChatGPT, Gemini, or any LLM, they would say, well, I use them on a daily basis. And a very interesting fact, and the reason why I ended up doing this episode, is that I ended up on a thread that was discussing the fact that there was a shift in the usage that people started making of these tools. Because, if you are really into them, the most common ones are brainstorming, just coming up with ideas, analyzing text, coding, of course, if you are into that market. But if you actually, come outside of your bubble and start looking on the really general usage that people make of it, in 2025, people started using it for therapy, for consultation, just talking with it and trying to validate their ideas. There is a catch though. We have no control over this tool, as you might have known. And even though, yes, you might go there and instruct it to act in a certain way, to tell you certain things, by default, these tools tend to be very assertive. If you're coming from the previous episode, you might know what I mean. And if you haven't checked it out, go and listen to have a better understanding. But let's say our nature, it's the default. We like to hear nice things. We like to be cuddled. We like to have somebody that tells us, yes, you're doing great. You're doing amazing. The problem is that not everybody is special. It's, hate to break it to you, but that's the truth. We are not geniuses. We are not the most amazing person on this world. You might be very good at something. You might be one of the best in your small group, but not overall. And the key factor that brought me to do this episode was that somebody came up with the idea, if you really have talked with ChatGPT like a lot, to come up with the prompt is like analyzing all of our discussions, all the things that I said, all the corrections that I've made, all the points that I tried to bring to you. Can you make an average of my IQ? And, then ChatGPT was there thinking, and I was like, I think that your IQ is anywhere between 130 and 140. You know who had that IQ? Einstein. Are you Einstein? I don't think so. And if you are, again, congratulations to you. But the thing is that, and the reason why this is not real, and it was, again, one of the many hallucinations that they have, is that if you ask him, give me a question to validate this IQ, would have been one of the most basic things that, anybody could solve. Again, if you have seen the thumbnail, that's why I wrote just 2 + 2 = 4. It's like, oh my God, this is amazing. So really, pay attention to those things, because if I just present you this fact, you will be able to recognize it. But once the pattern arises and you start using it day in, day out, day in, day out, and you are, let's say, there's this kind of blanket of validation that covers you every day, it's tricky, especially if you are a more sensible person and you don't interact all that much with situations that put you in difficulty. It's so easy to fall into the trap of everything that I do is great, all the tastes that I have are amazing, I cannot be wrong. And because, deep down, we all kind of have this desire and it's kind of normal. The problem is that it's a desire. When you actually go out in the world and you expose yourself, you understand that you have limits, you have problems, you have limitations. And the beautiful part is that you try to get over them. Sometimes you'll be successful and there is a limit that you can try to push, everybody, especially growing up, you try to better yourself, you try to improve yourself. And there is clearly a path, that you can follow, but at the same time, there is a cap. If everybody around you tells you that you're a genius, maybe you should start asking yourself, am I really a genius? Or are there just, there is this term that goes online of glazing. Like, are they trying just to pat me on the back and just tell me that I'm doing great when this is not the case? Or is there really a truth that we're trying to push under the rug? This is not an episode, where I'm going to reveal something, but it's more of just to tap you on the shoulder and make you have a reality check, just look around you. There is this trend in life when, you are trying to do good, you're trying to have everything sorted out. But if everything is a bit too nice, look around, try to validate. It could be, because that's desirable. Everybody tries to reach that point, to be happy and be in a position when everything is perfect. Even though I have my take that it's not really something that you should want in your life, because there is that need of struggle. It can mean anything, but there should be struggle, because otherwise, things get messy. But we're not here to talk about that. There are several episodes if you want to go back in the backlog where I discuss this. Be careful. Do not if you see those messages, try to filter them and say, okay, you're saying this, but this is not the case. Or if you really want validation, go and seek it in places where it's gonna happen that you're gonna get a reality check, be it maybe university, or do a very hard test. Try to do a real certification where you have the percentage of people that pass it. It's 0.0. If you pass that, you can really call yourself a genius. If you have done very hard things in the past, you can go ahead and claim that trophy. But if you're doing average things, if you're doing normal things, if you're just doing and going along with your life, which again, it's perfectly normal and it's perfectly fine, and you'll be able to, maybe be the happiest doing those things, but don't try to claim too much. Don't try to do too much if you don't have anything to back it up. Having said that was enough for today, for episode 126. Thank you very much. Leave me in the comments if it happened to you, or if you ever realized, or again, if you're an active user of ChatGPT. Now I will also leave a screen right here of my average IQ. But be careful out there. That's enough for today. I've started to rumble. As always, stay consistent, stay resilient, and see you at the next one.